Hi, welcome to Street Talk. I am your host, Loretta Rose. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. Well, on today's show, it's going to be a little different. We have a special guest that is in dire need of a medical surgery, and they are soliciting the community's support and resources. We need your hearts to be tuned in today. Stick around. Our special guest is Denise Farley, and she's going to share her medical journey. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose here on Beam TV. Welcome back. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose and my special guest, Denise Farley, and her husband, Zachary Farley, and they are community servants as well. Thank you so much for joining us on today's show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Wow. Well, first of all, I want to say you all are a community blessing, and you all serve in the community with this great organization, the Community Warriors. Also, they're partnered with Feeding the Valley.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we talk about your journey, your medical journey, really your story, tell us, what do you do with the Community Warriors?
We go out twice a month in Phoenix City at the Civic Center, and in Columbus at the
Columbus Civic Center.
Columbus Civic Center and the Phoenix City Activity Center, and we direct the traffic.
Wow. So I saw some images where you all do security.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
us a little bit more about that.
So we have a nonprofit organization, security company that we use to help other people that need security, like the Community Warriors.
Okay.
And we go out and donate our time and do security for them.
Wow. Wow. So how long has this been established, your security company?
I've been doing security for about 35 years.
Oh, wow.
Been doing it
Oh,
a
you're a
long
veteran.
time. Right, been doing it a long time. But with the Community Warriors, we've been with them for about 6 years, about 4 or 5 years. About 4 or 5 years, I want
Okay.
to say. And we just like to get out and just give back to the community, because the thing about it is, the way times are today, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to hire, a lot of people to, and they want to be protected in so many ways.
Absolutely.
And when you're out here, we have people out here who want to come get food and stuff like that, and they feel safe with us out there.
Absolutely.
So they like that.
Especially in this day and time.
Right.
So what's the name of the security company?
It's M1 Security Enforcement.
And it's your own company.
Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. That is such a blessing. And from my understanding, it's a nonprofit
Correct.
company?
Yes, yes. Everything we get goes back into the uniforms, the cars that we use, the gas, helping our employees who do things.
Wow.
They need something, you know, we go back and help them. Or, you know, we help the community.
That is
with
a
it.
blessing.
Right.
And while watching the show, you'll see images of them serving in the community. I was looking at the cars and I was like, this is a whole task force. I've never seen this company.
I've always just looked at it, if you're gonna do something, do it right.
Yeah.
And we don't go ragtag. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do
Yes.
it right.
Oh, wow. I
Right.
love it. I love it. I love it.
And this feels so good, just being able to give back to the community, especially when you know how it feels to be in need,
Yeah.
and you have that opportunity to step up and say, hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's time for me to step up and
Wow.
give back.
Praise God.
And there's nothing better that makes your heart so warm,
Yes.
you know.
Oh, that is so sweet. And that's what Carla Clay, Clay's wife, reached out to me about your story, your medical journey,
Yes, ma'am.
your medical experience, health experience that you are experiencing at this time. She said, you all are the epitome of servitude, pretty much.
Yes, ma'am.
She said, you always coming out serving, regardless in pain or not feeling well, you're still serving. And she did mention about you all provided security, but I didn't know you had a whole task force, which is amazing. I was like, oh, okay, they just direct traffic. No, they have the real deal. Well, Denise and Zachary, first of all, how long you been married?
We've been married about 2 years. We've been together 5.
Praise God. Wow, wow. And here we are.
Here we go.
Never ever thought we will be on this road.
Right.
Okay, so Denise, help the community to understand a little bit more about what's going on with you, because the reason we're having this interview is she's going to speak out about what she's going through, and then we are soliciting the community's support in this as well, because she is one of our servants here in our community, serves so many others. And unfortunately, the country or the world that we live in, let's just say the world that we live in, it doesn't always give that what we feel like should be given. But that's where good people, good Samaritans, and that's where the community comes in. And I like to say, be the hands and feet of Jesus.
Yes, ma'am.
All right? So help us to understand what's going on with Denise.
So, a couple of years ago, I started having the symptoms of endometriosis. And I finally got to the point to where I went to the doctor. And I was diagnosed a couple of months ago with endometriosis.
Okay.
So I go to the doctor and they tell me I need some procedures done. With the way things are, you either, in our situation, we're either going to pay a bill or we're going to get in health insurance. And we're one of those unfortunate ones that do not qualify for Medicaid, and insurance just costs way too much.
Yeah, unfortunately. And that is the reality of so many others.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the reality. And what is so unfortunate as well, Mr. Farley is a vet.
Yes, ma'am.
And I understand you said he didn't serve long enough to
Right.
get some other type of benefits, but still, he served his country and serving his community. I love that you serve your community like you do. So you're in a place now where you need to have a surgery. The doctor is ready to do the surgery,
Correct.
but we're at a roadblock.
Right. They want, in order to do the procedure, it's thousands of dollars. Not to mention the doctor's appointments, that's hundreds of dollars in itself. So when you add all that up and you dip all of your savings out,
Yeah.
and you just see they're wanting to run test after test after test, and all of your savings are gone. You're like,
Yeah.
you have nothing left.
I get it. I understand exactly what you're saying. And unfortunately, like I said, it's the reality of so many others. From my understanding, this surgery is a dire need surgery.
Yes, because they don't know. I was told by one doctor she believed it was endometrial cancer. And they won't know until I have the biopsy procedure done. And the biopsy procedure done has to be done before I can do the actual surgery.
So those are standard procedures that
Correct.
has to take
Right.
place.
And then, once that happened, and we went back to the doctor just this last week, come to find out that the surgery can't get done because she has a problem with her heart.
Oh, wow.
So that's another stepping stone, okay? And the first thing that they ask you when you walk in the office is, what insurance you have?
Yeah.
You know, it used to be back in the day where doctor said, I'll take care of everything, don't
Yes.
worry about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but now nobody want to take care of it. It's mainly about money. And we got a doctor who took care of her that he said, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. But guess where the stepping stone came in? The hospital, which
okay.
was two things, the hospital and the anesthesia,
Okay,
okay?
okay,
That came in. So even if you don't have the doctor, you still got the anesthesia in the hospital.
okay,
Where are the programs that say we are gonna help you
okay.
regardless, you
Yeah.
know? But here we are in a bracket, we don't make them enough, we make too much.
Wow, I
You
get
see
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's no room, we done tried everything. I done sat countless of hours trying to get loans, trying to Medicaid, Medicare, this insurance, that insurance. Then once we get the insurance, oh, it doesn't cover that. So we back to square one, and I done spent thousands of dollars paying for that first month.
Wow.
And we're back at square one, but nobody's, such as these hospitals or anybody, is helping us at all. At
Wow,
all.
okay. So we got to, that's where we need the community resources to help, to find out a way how we can get them connected to the resources to save a life, basically. This is a matter of life and death. And so sometime the patient have exhausted all of their options. But there got to be another way, and I know it is. And we're going to do everything we can to see how we can make that connection. Now, with that, did they give you an amount about the anesthesia or?
The anesthesiologist, no, they have not.
Okay.
I haven't gotten any kind of amount or anything, because we did go up to the hospital and try to apply for some of their programs, but we don't, like we said, we don't qualify.
Jesus.
Man,
Wow.
one of them said that, just to get the biopsy or whatever done, that was gonna be like 5,000. That's 5,000. So that mean that even if you do have insurance, which we did have one insurance, but the deductible out of pocket up front was 7,500. Okay, we had to meet that before, so that means we still gotta come out of our pocket
Yeah.
with that 5,000, or the hospital is not gonna take it, can't do it.
Wow. That's just unbelievable.
That's just an example.
That
And
is-
I'm sure there's other people out there
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
And then they wonder why people can't get in. We want everybody healthy. How can you get everybody healthy when you don't give them the options?
Don't give them the option.
Give them a helping hand,
Yeah.
and you will see
Yeah.
that a lot of people will stay
Yeah.
a lot healthier.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other people in the community that is very concerned for Denise as well, and just heartbroken by this, that you have to even go through this to live.
Right,
You're in a lot of pain
yes,
because endometriosis can be very painful in
Yes.
itself.
it affects your personal life, it affects your mood swings. Not to mention other personal issues as well.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's a hard thing to deal with.
I can
It
imagine.
really is.
I can imagine. And as a husband, I can only imagine that it may make you feel, helpless at
Right.
some time.
Because the goal of this whole thing is for her to get a hysterectomy.
Right.
She has to have that.
Okay.
That's what the whole thing is starting. A doctor say,
Oh.
you have to have a hysterectomy. Otherwise, you're gonna keep this
So-
pain up.
Okay, so the surgery requiring you to have a hysterectomy. But before you can get the hysterectomy, you got to get the standard procedure, getting
Right.
the biopsy.
Right.
And now, hard. I can only imagine, all of this, stress, tension.
Yep.
Right.
It's just, it feels like it's one thing after another, kind of like a domino effect, and it's hard to get up and put one foot in front of the other. At the end of the day, it brings you back to depression
Yeah.
and everything,
imagine.
and it makes me feel like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
It really does. It brings me down.
I can imagine.
I used to be out in the yard, and a go-getter. And now I'm just stuck on the couch with a heating pad, taking pain meds,
And
Tylenol,
that's why I
ibuprofen.
try to help out as much as I can and do the things I do. Because the same doctor that she has told me, that I have COPD. Okay, but I always put that on the back burner because she's my first thing. I can deal with mine,
Right.
deal with it, but
Wow.
she's the one
God
that I
bless
worry
you.
about.
God bless
He's
you.
always put me first.
And you were sharing how you can imagine going through this without him.
Correct.
And
He's been my rock through it all.
wow, wow. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we're going to come back, we're going to talk about some more of your community involvement, and then let the community know how they can be a part of supporting, because you have a GoFundMe account as well.
Right.
And remember, this is a dire need situation. This lady serves in the community monthly. My heart just really aches because our family have insurance, but we did have to go for a period without insurance
Correct.
when his company was on strike. And I was like, so this is how it is. And it is a different world.
It is.
So I can understand exactly what you're saying. And to be have exhausted your resources, that's a whole nother world.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to talk about that a little more, and then we're going to talk about a recent recognition that Mr. Farley received here in our local community. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose here on Beam TV. Welcome back. We are talking with Denise and Zachary Farley, and Denise is sharing her medical health journey that she's experiencing. And we're inviting the community to be a part of supporting saving a life. Thank you again for joining us on Street Talk. And when we went to break, we were talking about a proclamation, a recognition that Mr. Farley received. First of all, tell us, where did that come from, or how did you receive such a prestigious award?
I was shocked. I'm to be honest, I was shocked. As we said, we do the Community Warriors. And on one Saturday in Columbus, I got a call on my radio from one of the officers that it was a lady in a hot car and she couldn't breathe. She was trying to get food. So, as me normally doing, running over there seeing what happened, the lady was unresponsive. Well, her family was there and they were shaking her, and I tried to say, no, y'all need to move out the way. Let's move out the way. Let's get her started back, So what I did, I opened the car, got in her, and gave her chest compressions or whatever, life-saving steps to see if she had, any pulse or anything. She didn't, so gave her chest compressions. Finally, she came back to. Luckily, we had an LPN who was about 2 rows over. She came over and took over till the fire department got there. But those chest compressions brought her back. And the thing I look at it, it's not nothing great that I feel that I did. Only thing that I say about me is that I made it where somebody could live a little bit longer. That's all I look at it as.
That is, wow,
Right.
amazing.
Right.
And when did that take place?
That happened back in August 22nd.
Yes.
Right. August 22nd on a Saturday at the food drive while we was out there.
The food drive.
Right. It was about 98 degrees, maybe 100 degrees on that hot cement.
Yeah. It gets hot here in Alabama and Georgia.
Right. Right. And some of them people had been sitting out there since 5 o'clock in the morning. This happened probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right.
That's amazing how you saved a life. You sowed a seed into someone else. and you were available when they needed you. And now we need the community to render that same seed of love and labor of love. It's amazing. I do believe things that we do, it comes back full circle.
Right.
We just don't know how it comes back, but I believe it comes back. That just speaks volume to the man that you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. And I know that family is very grateful for you. You all were out there serving, and you do it all the time, and don't complain.
No.
You don't complain, even with what you're going through, you know? So tell me the next steps for Denise right now, because as we get ready to bring the interview to a close, I want the community to be able to be a part of helping to do something amazing in our community, because we can do it. You may know the resources that we need to help her get this surgery. Now, from my understanding, your surgery was scheduled for May 3rd,
Correct.
and that has changed.
Yes. Now I have to go see a cardiologist. I have one test tomorrow at the cardiologist, and another one May the 10th. It's pushed my surgery back at least 6 months, is what the cardiologist said,
Because of our-
because of my heart. I'm not medically cleared right now. So once he figures all that out, and we get that under control, then we can start the process of going to do the biopsy and then the hysterectomy.
Wow, 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 wow. 6 months
6 months.
minimum.
minimum. Wow. Well, we pray that God would do the miraculous, and we do believe that He can do the
Yes, ma'am.
miraculous. And we need all the community resources to be a part of helping to save a life. You all do this, give back to so many others, and I know it was hard for you to even want to come out and speak out and share.
Yes, ma'am.
But it needs to be told.
Yes,
it really
ma'am.
does.
It does, because no woman should have to go through this alone, let alone by yourself, and nobody there to help you with no insurance and nobody to help. Where do you go? What do you do?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there are a lot of people in the community that care about you as well, and that's why they reached out and wanted you to come on.
Correct.
And I am going to share with my other colleagues in the community as well. And we got to rally around and support those that support us in our community. How is it day to day though? Because you have some other health challenges you were sharing, that you have to get shots.
Yes, ma'am. I'm supposed to take shots once a month for psoriatic arthritis. And my rheumatologist, which is another bill, I have to go see. He has to do blood work and all that, but I can't take any of my medicines for my psoriatic arthritis until the surgery is over, because what I have is an autoimmune disease, and the medicines that I'm on is supposed to help with that.
Wow, wow.
So
Wow.
until after the surgery, I have to deal with the psoriatic arthritis, going backwards on that. And now I'm having to go backwards on the endometriosis to deal with my heart. So it's
It's a lot.
a lot.
It's a lot.
It really is.
It's a lot. Well, Zachary and Denise, we want to thank you for sharing. We're going to have your GoFundMe information on the screen so the viewers can be a part of supporting. Please. They are amazing people in the community. They will come to you if they could, but they
Absolutely.
serve wholeheartedly in our community. And what hurts me is that you have a nonprofit business and give so much to others. And now it's your time that we give back to you.
Thank you.
And so we need all the resources. If you know somebody that can help connect them, please be a part of that. Be a part of making a difference in someone's life, I guarantee you it will come back in some form or way in your life. As we get ready to close out, I want to say that we will continue to be rallying and praying for you. This will be airing on Beam Cable Television, Channel 7 and 207. Also, it will be online. And is there anything that you would like to say to the community?
We just want to thank you guys, everybody that has donated so far. And everybody, Carla, hi, y'all have been so wonderful to us. We don't know what we would do without you guys. Y'all are our second family, you know. And we love you guys. And thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything you would like to say, Mr.
I
Farley?
just like to say, we just try to keep the faith, and we appreciate anything anybody can do to help us. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't ask for help,
I know.
but with my wife,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's why we're here. We are their community family. We want to thank you for tuning in and make sure you be a part of supporting this. You've been watching here on Beam TV. Thanks for watching.